Hello, my name is Yas Kadrzhanov. I'm from SEA 2012. Uh, in this video, I will present assignment 6. So I chose the first task. So it was implement test data using Apache POE. So the first step was adding Apache POE dependencies. So in order to use Apache POE libraries in my project, I added required dependencies in my pom.xml as shown below. The second step was creating an Excel util class. So in order to manipulate Excel files and add to Excel operations, I created an Excel file and called it Excel util under Excel util package as shown below. So in this file, I wrote all Excel operation methods. So set Excel file sheet. This method has two parameters: test data Excel file name and Excel sheet name. The second is get cell data. So this method reads the test data from the Excel cell. So I pass row numbers and column numbers as parameters. The next is get row data. This method takes row number as a parameter and returns the data of the given row number. The next is set cell data. This method gets an Excel file, row and column number and sets a value to that cell. So here is the implementation of Excel util class. So yes, global test data Excel file, main directory and location of test data Excel file, Excel workbook, row number, column number, and also this method has two parameters: test data Excel file name and Excel sheet name. So window selection for Excel path when opening the Excel file. The next is this method reads the test data from the Excel cell. We pass in row number and column number as parameters. The next is method takes row number as a parameter and returns the data of given row number. The next is method gets Excel file row and column number and set a value to that cell. The next step is set data Excel file name in base test class. So I should also add test data Excel file name in Excel util class because all tests use the same Excel file, but the sheets are different. The next step, stop test data in test class. We need to set the sheet name before starting the test. We have to do it in related test class because each test class might have different test data. The next step is creating a test Excel file. So now it's time to construct our test Excel data file for data-driven testing. In this example, I will modify our login scenarios test. The first one is the invalid username and invalid password test. I will store the following variables in the login data sheet. So username invalid, password invalid, check JavaScript error logs, test status. For the second test, I will test by empty username and empty password case. My data will be like that: username empty, password empty, username error message, password error message, and test status. So here it is, our test data and how it looks like. The next step is modifying test and page class. In login test class, I started to modify my code for data-driven testing. I will explain the second test invalid login test, empty user, empty password. I will use get raw data method for the login to an 11 operation. In order to get the first test data values, we should use the below code. All list values in the Excel file start from 0. I have to use 2 to get the second test data. Now it's time to change login to an 11 method in login page class. As you have seen above, for login to an 111 method gets the XSS pro variable as a parameter, and we can get the required values with row gets held to string, row gets held to string. So the first is equals to username value, and the second is equals to password value. When in login test class, I set row number 2 and test status, result column number 5. I will use this number to update the test status after the test is finished in test listener class. You can see the Here the implementation. So first I set the row and column numbers. Then in test listener class, I update the test result status for each test status. When test passed and when test failed. When test skipped, in order to verify the login password message, I did the below modification. Here, get method gets row number is 2. The third column holds the expected username error message, and the first column holds the expected password error message. When we go to verify login password and verify login username method implementation, so we will see that it gets the expected text as parameter and verify it with the actual value. Let's run the data-driven framework in Selenium code and check the result at above the IntelliJ console and our Excel file. If all tests pass, we will see the status file as passed. So here you can see that everything is okay. If any of the tests failed, we will see the status of the file test as failed. Here is passed. So that's all. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.